Hi friends, today we will start learning the basic tool utilities of QTP. Till yesterday we have finished all the descriptive programming aspect. We did not concentrate much on the inherent features of the QTP tool. We were just working on the VB scripting, and based on the VB scripting we have seen how to do various types of automations, right? Web-based applications, Windows-based application, how to do all that stuff based on our own programming capabilities we have seen till yesterday. Today we are going to start with the features of QTP. Even though you are not good at programming, using QTP you can do a lot many tasks, like you can generate the scripts. There is a default recording mode. How to work on all that stuff we are going to start learning today. Okay, now if you look at my screen, these are the different recording modes which are available in QTP. We'll start with the normal recording mode. Generally this is also called as the standard recording mode. Okay, this is the most widely used recording mode. So how this works, let us try to understand. First of all, let us launch our QTP. Let's launch our QTP. The version of QTP that I'm using is QTP 11. It's a trial version. Even you can download it from the HP site. And at this point of time, for this program, I would say that you don't need any of the add-ins. So just deactivate the add-ins. You don't need any of them. Basically, if unwanted add-ins are activated, you'll find that your QTP would slow down. So just deactivate all the add-ins and launch your QTP. And let's go open a new test. Let's go into the expert view, where we'll actually generate all the programs, and we'll actually try to open a very simple program. We'll open the flight application, but we will do that via the recording mode. How it can generate a script, we'll try to understand. Click on this record option over here, and it's asking whether it's a Windows application. Okay, so yes, it is a Windows application. I'm clicking on this radio button, the second radio button, and now you can click on the plus symbol. Here I'm selecting, you can just browse out all the programs which are available, out of which you can select whichever program you want. By default, the flight program is selected. You see that the flight program is selected by default. So I will go with the flight program. I'm clicking on OK. See, the flight program got activated, which means the flight program would be opened automatically. This program, it's actually by default installed on your computer if you have QTP. Okay, the moment you install QTP, this flight application also gets installed. So I will give some username over here. I'll give the username as user1 and the password as Mercury. You can give whatever username you want, friends, but the password should be Mercury. Okay, so just a simple login operation we are trying to do, and once the window has opened, I'm closing it. Simple login operation and finally closing it. Okay, and stop the recording. So you see that in my QTP tool, you find that a script has been generated, and this script is showing you all the basic aspects, like the username, the password, and all that stuff. Let me actually enhance the size of the font. Maybe it's more clearly visible to you. Fine. So you see that whatever steps I have performed, the first thing that I did was I entered my username as user1. Then we entered our password as Mercury. That Mercury password is coming in an encrypted format. So whatever actions we have performed, all those actions, including the OK button and finally closing the flight reservation application, a script got generated, and whenever you execute this program again, you will see that it will go through the same steps. It will go through the same steps. Manually, whatever I have performed, you will see that it will generate the same actions on my software. Okay, this is the basic advantage of standard recording, or it's also called as normal recording. Okay, standard recording or normal recording. Now the next kind of recording is called as analog recording. We will actually see the very basic implications of all these recording, friends, not the advanced concepts. We will go into that as we go with the course. We'll just try to understand what are the different types of recordings which are available in QTP. You have understood what is standard recording. Okay, whatever operations you are performing on the SUT, a corresponding script is getting generated in VB script, which is obviously it is editable. How to edit, all that we will see. Okay, now we are moving into the analog recording, the second kind of recording, which is called analog recording. What is the use of this analog recording? If you have a scenario where you want to record continuous mouse operations, like you are putting some digital signature, or you are painting something on your paint program, this involves a stream of mouse activities, right? A continuous stream of mouse activities. In such a scenario, we have to use what is called as analog recording. Your normal recording cannot generate a script for your mouse movements. If you are having a continuous mouse movements, the best example would be to record digital signatures. You have to put digital signatures in certain forms. So in such a scenario, you have to go with analog recording. So how to work on analog recording? Let us see. I will open a new test, and I want to perform a digital signature on my paint program. So let me open my paint, and on this paint I'll actually give I'll put my signature, and I'll see how it can be recorded using analog recording. The first thing that you need to do is put your tool on recording mode. It is a it's a Windows application, but I'm not saying that you open a particular test. I'm simply saying record and run test on any Windows based application, which means whatever is open, just work on it. Now click on apply and click on OK, and now you go into automation and click on analog recording. Okay, the first thing is that the tool should be on recording mode, and then you go into automation and click on analog recording. Now it will show you two different options. One is it's saying you record relative to the screen or record relative to the following window. If you click on the first one, it would take the basic coordinates of your complete window, and based on that it will do the recording. The second one, you can just point out, I can take this hand icon, put it on the paint program, and say that you do the recording on this paint program. Friends, concentrate. In the second option, I just need to click on this hand icon, put it on the paint program, because I want to apply my digital signature over here, right? So see, immediately it's saying untitled paint. This is where it would start the recording. Now click on analog recording, and here so now I'll put my digital signature over here, and I'll go back to QTP and I'll click on stop recording. So you see that a simple program got generated here in the form of what is called as a track file. Okay, this track program is the one which can actually it's the one which can actually perform your digital signature again. Let's try that. I'll close this paint program and open a new one, a blank paint, and if I run this test as we have discussed, it should be able to put my digital signature. Let's run the program. So whatever activities we have done, it is able to record and it is able to produce the same thing. Okay, this is the advantage of analog recording. Generally, it's most useful when you want to do any kind of digital signatures, or when you want to record a stream of mouse activities, a continuous movement of mouse activities. If you want to record, analog recording is the best go. Okay, the last kind of recording is what is called as low level recording. Low level recording is the last type of recording. This is generally used, it's very rarely used, and it comes into picture only in unsupported environments, which means if QTP is not able to identify a particular object. Okay, this happens very rarely. If you are working on a particular software where you want to click on a button, let's say that button is not being identified by QTP, you use your object spy and you see that nothing is happening. QTP is unable to identify that object. In such a scenario, you will use what is called as low level recording. You'll use what is called as low level recording. Okay, for example, just for example, let's say I want to do some recording on the Google page. Okay, just assume, friends, this is just an assumption. Okay, okay, let me open a new test. I'll open a new test, an entirely new test, and here I'm saying record, and let's just go with the recording of the flight application. So I'm opening the flight application, and once the flight application is open, I would want to click on the cancel button. The properties of this cancel button you can always identify using your object spy. Okay, so take the hand icon and you put on the cancel button. It is showing you that it's a win button and it's a child of a dialog box called login. Okay, so because it is identifying, it's not a problem. You can really click on the cancel button and still a script would be generated. But let us say just assume that your object spy is not able to identify this cancel button. It's not able to show you the properties of this cancel button. In such a scenario, you will use the low level recording. You want to click on the cancel button, but unfortunately your QTP, your object spy, is not able to identify that button. So in such a scenario, the other option that is available is you can do analog recording on this. So what I'll do is put my tool on recording mode, click on automation, click on low level recording, and I'll click on this cancel button and immediately stop the recording. But try to understand, friends, it's actually used only in those scenarios where QTP does not support a particular object. It's not able to identify a particular object. So you see that it hasn't detected that particular cancel button as a button type. It's saying it's a win object, and it is showing you some coordinates, which means it is taking a coordinate called 28,11, the exact location where I have clicked on the cancel button. And the next time when I run this program, you will see that QTP would directly open that login window and click at those coordinates called 28,11. It could be a button, a image, a link, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's not identifying an element based on the properties. It is identifying that based on the coordinates. You have given a coordinate called 28,11. The point where you have clicked on the cancel button, that has been taken as a coordinate 28,11. Next time I click on the cancel button, some other coordinate might come. That just that depends on where you are clicking on the cancel button. But you just need to understand that it's something which is used when QTP does not recognize a particular object. Okay, though I'm showing it on something which it's which it is able to recognize, but in real time it is used only on those objects where QTP fails to identify a particular element. So you are just taking the coordinates of that element and you are saying that you do a click operation over there. So the next time I run this program, you will see that it will directly click the cancel button, though it is not identified. Okay, let's run the program. You will see that immediately it clicked on the cancel button and it closed also. It happened very fast. So let me run one more time. Observe carefully. It's opening the window and it's clicking on the cancel. Because of cancel, it's getting cancelled. Okay, so these are the three different types of recording modes. Okay, standard recording or normal recording, analog recording, and low level recording. Okay, we're just trying to have a very basic understanding of the different types of recording modes. In the next session we'll see the other aspects of QTP. Okay, so we'll stop for today. We'll meet again tomorrow and we can resume. Okay, take care for now. Bye bye.